It's week 3 here of the NFL season on the Bossman Show, and we have a great show for you. We have Shireen Williams with us right now on the line, and Columbus Yankees Warren Moon after the break. So, great show already in store for you guys, and I want to talk to from ProFootballTalk.com, a site I look at every day via my NBC Sports app, looking at those sports talk topics. Shireen Williams are here on the show. Shireen, how are things in Texas with you?
Well, they're going all right. A little hot. We wish the weather would cool off a little bit, but otherwise it's good. I think Cowboys fans might be a little down around here this week, but it's football season. Losses happen, and it's a fun time of year.
Yes, it is. And speaking of the Cowboys, after watching them for the last 2 weeks, kind of going two different extremes here against the Giants, one against the Broncos. What's your overall assessment of the Cowboys so far? And are you worried about them? You saw this fact that Denver just matches up well with the Cowboys for being able to stop that running game and play everybody else in one-on-one man coverage.
Yeah, I think you nailed it, because everybody's saying, well, they've given them the blueprint. Well, they didn't know the blueprint before Sunday. They're a bunch of idiot defensive coordinators. The blueprint's been out there since week 1 of last year. The Giants showed you how to beat the Cowboys twice last year. You stop Ezekiel Elliott, you make them throw the ball. However, having said all that, you just said it. What other team, name me one that has 2 all-pro quarterbacks? You can't, because there isn't one. They've got the best pair of corners in the NFL, so they're able to play that coverage outside, that man-on-man coverage, and load up the box and stop Zeke and force Dak Prescott to throw the football and get rid of it in a hurry. And so I think it's unique what Denver did. I think other teams will try it, and I think other teams are going to get burned a little bit on it because their corners are not going to be able to stick with those receivers the way that Denver's did. So I think that's a very unique defense. We've known all along it's one of the best defenses in the NFL, and I think they showed that on Sunday.
Now, Shireen, defensively, do you feel with Moore coming back this week and Irving coming back for week 5, the Cowboys will have enough pass rush to cover while the secondary kind of heals and gets in their groove a little bit?
I think that's been the surprise for me with this team is the pressure they've been able to put on. And, Tank Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence, is tied for the league lead in sacks and didn't see that coming. But, he played awfully well 2 years ago, had 8 sacks, team leading, and they thought he'd build on that. And then he got suspended last year and then got hurt. And so I only played 9 games last season and didn't play very well. And so I guess we could have seen it coming, but didn't. And he just played really, really well. And maybe he's the war horse, war daddy that Jerry likes to call that pass rusher, that dominant pass rusher. Maybe he's that guy. They'll find that out. But I do think that's been the biggest surprise for this Cowboys team is they have had some semblance of a pass rush in these first 2 games, especially against Eli. But we now know how bad the Giants' offensive line is, so that led to part of that. But, they forced the fumble against Trevor Siemian and recovered it, and the Cowboys had a 3-yard drive early and were in that game early on. So I do think they've been pretty successful in the pass rush. And you're right, they're going to have to get a pass rush. The defensive line is going to have to, and linebackers are going to have to play very, very well because that secondary is banged up, and frankly, it's not very good even when it's healthy.
Yeah, like when Orlando Scandrick's your best corner, you're in trouble. It's just like this. It's the truth. I love him in the slot, guy, but on the outside, being your best corner, and I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm in Atlanta. I'm a Cowboy fan, so I watch the Cowboys more than the Falcons. But I'm happy they win and keep everybody happy around here. But but it's like so you have Jordan Lewis come off a hamstring. Woozy's hurt as well. All right, Shireen, what are they going to play? Xavier Woods now at some corner, maybe? Kevon Frazier? What are they going to do if everybody's not playing this week against Arizona?
Well, they expect Scandrick to be back, which will help them because you're right. He is their best corner. So him coming back and playing with a broken hand would be good for the Cowboys because they're going to need everything they can get against the Cardinals. In that secondary. But, yeah, they had to make do. They ended that game. They didn't end it. They played more than 2 quarters with Xavier Woods, as you said, a safety playing in the nickel. And the problem was they only had 2 healthy quarterbacks, and they still only have 2 healthy cornerbacks, fully healthy, that probably won't appear on the injury report this week. So, yeah, they're in a little bit of a bind here with in their cornerback situation as they go forward and face the Cardinals. And I'm sure the Cardinals feel like they can take advantage of some things if they can get some blocking up front.
And speaking, also what about Coach Marinelli and how the job he's done to pretty much get a group of young guys and cast-offs to play hard, hustle every play, and just give it their best effort and make up for their lack of talent. What do you say about him as a coach, period, there?
Yeah, well, and Rod Marinelli and I go way back. He came into the league in 1996, and I was in Tampa when that group of coaches. And you think about that group of coaches, Tony Dungy was the head coach, Lovie Smith was the linebackers coach, Herm Edwards was the defensive backs coach, and Rod Marinelli was the defensive line coach. So that was a heck of a coaching staff they had in Tampa when they came in. And he's been a good coach for a really long time. And I keep saying he's doing this with a little bit of smoke and mirrors. He has one Pro Bowl player on that defense, and that's Sean Lee, and we know how good he is. But, they have played pretty well this season. I know they had some struggles against the Broncos, but as much as anything, I'll say this, it was that fact that the Cowboys couldn't run the football that led to some of their problems on defense. You can't be on defense for 76 plays and play well, and that's been what the Cowboys did really effectively last season, and then in that Giants game too, is they were able to run the ball, able to control the clock, able to keep their defense on the sideline, and they weren't able to do that on Sunday. So I think that was a big part of their defensive problems on Sunday, was the fact that they were on the field for so long and the Cowboys weren't winning that time possession and keeping their defense on the sideline.
So, Shireen, did you ever think you see Jalen Smith on the field and contribute in a major way as he will be expected to do this season?
Well, everybody knew he was going to play, or were pretty certain he was going to play when he came into the league. Cowboys wouldn't have used the second-round draft pick on him if they didn't think he was going to play. The question always was how well he was going to play, and I think that's what surprised me and many other people in the league is how well he's played, particularly in the season opener. And he wasn't supposed to – the other thing is he wasn't even supposed to play that many plays, and they just kind of kept him out there, and he's done amazing things. I think he's a great story. He's a great story for this league. He's a great kid. And if he turns into the Pro Bowl player that he was expected to be when he was coming out of Notre Dame initially before he tore up that knee in that January 1 Citrus Bowl game, I think it's going to be an amazing story that he'll be able to tell and share with people about how to come back from things and how to keep a positive attitude and keep your head up when things are at their worst, because that's exactly what he's done all along. One of the most positive, upbeat people I've ever met. And I think that served him well in his comeback from everything he's gone through with that knee, because it wasn't just torn knee ligaments, it was the nerve there that got damaged and waiting for that thing to regenerate, and it hadn't fully regenerated yet. And so I think he's going to get better and better if that nerve comes all the way back.
Folks, we're joined by Shireen Williams here on the Bossman Show from ProFootballTalk.com. And now, Shireen, looking at the Ezekiel Elliott situation, reading PFT the way I do and what Mike Florio writes about it from a lawyer's perspective, basically relationships throughout the league with the Cowboys organization. What are their feelings about how the NFL's handled this case for Ezekiel Elliott? Did they feel like it was a stacked deck against him? If Roger Goodell made a decision just to pretty much suspend the guy no matter what he did?
Well, I think that's what this case now is being fought over in the court system. It's no longer about guilt or innocence. That long ago we've passed that. I think this is about procedures and how much power the commissioner has and things of that nature. And I think the courts are going to decide that ultimately. And then, a few years down the road, we're going to have a new CBA. And I think this case is going to come up and be discussed and all those things, along with the Brady case and some other things that have happened that Roger Goodell has made decisions on. And I think that's exactly it is how much power does Roger Goodell have? How much power does the league have? When a player is not arrested, not charged with an offense, but yet the league does its own investigation and decides he's guilty and suspends him for 6 games. So I think that's where we are in this. And it, as I keep saying, this thing's not going to be decided in a matter of days. It's going to be weeks. It's going to be months. probably going to be at least a year. And, you think about Brady, we got sick about hearing about the Brady case, and that went on for a year. This case is already past a year. We're going to be hearing about this case probably for 2 years. And it's just, I know everybody's tired of talking about it, but when one of your best players in the league is suspended and takes the NFL to court, it's just a huge story that you can't stop talking about till it's decided. Again, I think this is a long way from being decided.
Well, and Shereen, one of the other aspects of this case is the fact that Jerry Jones is involved in it. And he's come out and he said that there's been no evidence presented of domestic violence and that the NFL has to be fair in their handling of these cases. Do you feel that having an owner behind you that wields as much power as Jerry Jones does within the league will get the ball rolling a little bit towards cleaning up the NFL investigative process, curtailing some of Roger Goodell's power, and maybe setting the stage for that next collective bargaining agreement where they're probably going to try to eliminate a lot of that power that the commissioner's office has in this regard?
Well, I think it's a really good question. And I think now that the NFL's most influential person, that's what USA Today voted him a little over a year ago, and I think that's hard to argue that he's not more powerful than Roger Goodell, because he is. But the NFL's most powerful man has now been directly affected and is upset about a decision that Roger Goodell has made. I think will lead to changes probably in the future CBA. Will it happen before that? I don't know that. But I do think the future CBA will be affected because of this case and because of the Brady case, because I would argue that the second most powerful man in the NFL is Robert Kraft, or at least pretty close. They're at least both of them in the top 5 when you start naming powerful men in the NFL. And so when you have those two guys upset about decisions that you've made, then I think changes occur. And I think that's what's going to happen at some point. Changes will occur.
Yes, indeed, was Strain. I hope that it happens real soon. I hope Zeke plays in Atlanta. That would be my biggest thing. I want to see him play in Atlanta. I don't want that game to be messed up without having Zeke there. Will you be coming down for that game, Strain, by any chance?
We'll see. I may be there in Atlanta. That's going to be one of the top games of the season for sure. I can't wait to see that game.
And you'll love the new stadium too. It's very lovely. It's great. Food is good. The media food's great. You have a buffet. It's great. That's what I say. It's better than the dome was. Let's put it like that.
It better be, huh, for what they spent. But it looks great on TV, so I can't wait to see it.
Yes, indeed. Well, Stream, we really enjoyed your visit tonight. Look forward to doing it again with you real soon. Probably when the Cowboys play the Falcons, we'll have you back on again, see what the Cowboys are, and discuss the preview that matchup as well.
Thanks so much. Thanks for you guys' time.
All right, folks. It's Stream Whips here on the Bossman Show. Coming in, this is Warren Moon after the break.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft, whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft. Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
We're back on the JR the Bossman Show with John Beckler. Had a great guest for you, Shireen Williams from ProFootballTalk.com. And since I'll be in Nashville this week covering the Titans and Seahawks, I said, well, let me have on a guest of the show we had on before, Seahawks color analyst and Hall of Famer Warren Moon. And on the show once more, Warren, how's life treating you in the Pacific Northwest, man?
Hi, I'm doing all right. We out here in the Pacific Northwest, getting ready to head down south to Nashville land and hopefully win another football game. We're 1-1 right now. Got to get our offense turned around, but other than that, we got a pretty good football team.
Now, Warren, you got to be happy about seeing Chris Carson take over that lead running back role. It's 49ers getting the ball many times, running with energy. How did it make you feel seeing this guy step up and giving that guy that focal back behind Russell Wilson and give some consistency to get kind of open up things for Doug Baldwin, Jimmy Graham, and those guys on the outside there?
Well, it's great to have Chris Carson playing the way he is, but we also want Eddie Lacy be able to step up and contribute, and also Thomas Rawls, because it's a long season and it's hard to just concentrate and focus on one running back over the course of a year, especially a rookie. So we're going to need some other guys to step up. But Chris Carson has definitely been a big surprise for us, and we're glad he's with us.
And Warren, you'll probably use my man McKissick from the Falcons that you all picked up. Is he going to be part of the plans as well? Maybe as a receiver, a running back, a flexi guy, kind of like Prosyth was and Rawls. What's about Mr. McKissick out there?
Yeah, he's going to be more of a special teams guy and a special situation guy. He did a very good job on kickoff and punt returns during the preseason. He can play running back, but he can also play receiver. And you can do a lot of things with him. You can run, fly sweeps with him. You can run reverses. You can do all types of things with JD. So we're looking forward to incorporating him into the offense a little bit more as the season goes along.
Now, Warren, tapping into your vast experience with offensive lines, having that running game getting established with Chris Carson, the other guys coming along behind him, hopefully, how is that going to help the offensive line play for the Seahawks moving forward and maybe help them get a little bit more consistent in the pass game?
Well, this offensive line was just put together this year. We've got some new faces again this year. We had a big injury to our left tackle, George Fant, in our last preseason game, so he's done for the season. So these guys haven't had a chance to play a lot together. And offensive line play, especially in the running game, is just like a quarterback having timing with his wide receivers. Those guys have to learn to play together, to communicate, play with in unison, and also have that chemistry. And it just takes a while to develop that. And they're only 2 games into the season, but I think they're going to get better as the season goes along.
And Warren, I read a little article from Derek D saying that it's the way the guys not being in pads and why the line play, not just Seattle's, but a lot of lines are not playing up to par. You feel like that if there was more contact allowed during OTAs, training camp, that the guys would be more sharper, and then rather than first September pretty much being preseason extended a little bit, where guys could get in the groove, and season October everybody's kind of in the groove and everybody's doing their thing. So what do you feel about what can make the line play on all sides better for all teams who kind of start off slow here a little bit?
Well, I think it's really hurt the game, the amount of time that they've cut off teams being able to be on the field in the off season, especially for young guys who are trying to develop, learn their position, learn the system that they're going into, and then for free agents as well, because they're coming from a new system. I mean, a system to a new system, and they got to learn that system no matter how many years you've been in the league. So I think it really hurts the game overall because they've really cut down on the amount of time you can be on the practice field, the amount of time you can actually hit. And a lot of these guys just don't get any hitting anymore. And football is a contact sport. It's a very physical sport. And if you don't get that hitting in before you get into the regular season, it's going to show. And I think it's showing, and they need to do something about that because the game is not the same game as it used to be. I think the season, as it progresses, will get better because they're playing real games now. But they shouldn't be playing the way they are right now this early in the season. It should be a lot better quality of play right now, but it's not going to get better until these guys really get themselves acclimated to hitting and tackling and doing all the things that you really do in football.
You got that right. And Warren, what do you feel about Jimmy Graham? I was kind of looking at some of his old film here before I talked to you today about how Saints will split him out wide as an X or a Z, sometime at the Y or in the slot as well, trying to move him around a little bit. Do you feel like that Darrell Bevel and Russell can kind of work on getting him a little bit more out in space to take advantage of his size as a tight end with receiver speed to get him more involved? It seems like he kind of doesn't get involved. He kind of loses himself. He disappears out there for you guys.
Yeah, he does, and we need to do a better job of getting him the football. And I think they're trying to do that. They have moved him around a lot. But with our offensive line play, it's been kind of inconsistent, and Russell's been, under duress, especially that first game in Green Bay. So I think, like I said, as the season goes along and the offensive line improves, Jimmy Graham's going to get his number of touches. I'm sure he's a little frustrated right now. He's had some opportunities that he didn't take advantage of. He dropped some balls early, so it's both sides. We have to get him the ball a little bit more, and then once we do throw him the ball, he's got to make the plays.
Now, Warren, we've seen the defense start to fly around a little more. They're kind of getting back to that Legion of Boom status that they had. Is that back and alive, and is that in part because of having Earl Thomas back on the back end, and the big difference that makes on the back end of a defense, having a guy like that in place week after week?
Yeah, Earl's one of those guys who flies around and plays at another speed than everybody else, and he's the last line of defense. So he's a great guy to have back there because he can cover up a lot of mistakes. But I think the main thing you see on this defense is they're really healthy. And a lot of those guys were banged up last year or missed a lot of time, like Earl Thomas missed the last 4 or 5 games of the season. We weren't the same defense when he went out of there. Michael Bennett missed about 8 games last year. We had a lot of guys within our defense that missed a lot of time. All those guys are healthy now, and that's why you see us getting back to playing that top-notch defense that they've played over the last 5 years.
Folks, we're joined by Hall of Famer Warren Moon here on the Bossman Show. Now, Warren, as you guys travel to Tennessee this weekend, what are some keys for the game for you offensively for the Seahawks and defensively that will be key for you guys to come to Nashville, beat the Titans, and leave at Nashville with a win heading back to Seattle 2-1?
Well, we've got to run the ball better, and I think that's where it all starts with our offense. And if we can run the ball more consistently, and we're getting better. We had 90 yards in the first game on the ground, 121 this past weekend, and if we continue to keep improving on that, that opens up everything else, because when teams have to try and stop the run, now the play-action game really becomes big. You get big plays, big strikes down the football field, and that's what our offense is kind of predicated on. So we've got to start out trying to run the football well in this game, and everything else will come off of that, because the Titans have a very explosive offense as well. They run the ball very well, and they have a very exciting quarterback in Marcus Mariota, and we want to keep them on the sideline as much as we can. And the way you do that is you run the ball, keep that clock moving, and then you score points.
Now, Warren, talking about Marcus Mariota, you're a Hall of Fame quarterback. You had a great career, and you know how to play the game the right way. At that position, what is your assessment of Mariota from what you've seen from him so far? Were you able to see much of his play in college at Oregon, and how do you think that he's translated over into the NFL?
Yeah, I watched him play a lot at Oregon for a couple of years, and he was an amazing player there. And we always wondered how he would make the transition coming to the NFL game, coming out of that spread offense. But he's really made the transition well, and the only thing he needs to do is stay healthy. He's got to be available for his team, over the course of a season, because a quarterback in this league has got to be able to show up every week, because he's a vital part of his team. And then the backup position is a big drop-off usually when the backup has to play. So Marcus has been a little bit hurt his first few years in this league. So if he can stay healthy, he's off to a great start. When he plays well, he plays efficiently. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks, if not the top quarterback, in red zone productivity since he's been in the league, not turning the football over and that type of thing. And that's really a compliment for a young player to be that way, because that's where they usually have the most problem, is in the red zone. So he's done a lot of good things early in his career so far. The key for him is just to stay on the field, because when he's on the field, good things happen.
And Warren, something really stood out to me is about the anemic quarterback play I've seen in the league. And do you feel like that the college football, the high school spread systems is stunting the quarterback's development and growth for reading progressions, reading defense, know how to call a defense, shift protections, because the coach is looking on the side of the coach telling him what play to run. You look at it, you see a picture, that's a play. So what do you feel like is leading a lot of quarterback play being so poor and anemic, and what do you think can make the quarterback play better? Is it from a base level up, or can you get taught on the pro level how to quarterback the right way?
Well, if you look at the quarterbacks that have been in the league for a while, the Drew Breeses, the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers, all those type of guys, the Ben Roethlisbergers, you don't see their play has diminished any. They're playing pretty well. But for some of the younger quarterbacks in the league that haven't really had enough time to get adjusted to this type of game, they're struggling a little bit. And then with the beginning of the season starting, a lot of these guys don't play a lot in preseason. So when you don't play in the last preseason game, you only play so much through those first 3 preseason games. You don't have a lot of real game action as far as getting on the field. So a lot of these guys are trying to just transition into the regular season, which is a lot faster speed. Defenses are showing you things that they hadn't shown in the preseason. Now they're showing them in the regular season, different coverages, different blitzes, and all those different things. So it takes a while for offenses to get adjusted to it, because offense usually is a little bit more behind the defense when the season starts. And you're seeing that because these guys, like I said, haven't played a whole lot in the preseason, and they're just a little bit behind because of some of the things the defense is showing. But I think as the season goes along, offenses will get better. They will catch up. But part of it is because of what these guys have to learn in college, and it doesn't transition into the NFL. And then part of it is just they don't get enough time to develop through training camp and that because they don't play that much.
Now, Warren, I wanted to get your impression of the quarterback situation in your old stomping grounds, Houston. They've got the young rookie there who's shown a lot of promise, Deshaun Watson. What do you think that they should be doing with that quarterback situation? Should they have just started him from the get-go rather than throwing him out there after they knew their line was kind of Swiss cheese-like? So what do you think they should be doing with that situation there?
Well, I think they're doing what they need to be doing now. I think starting the season out with Tom Savage was the right thing to do because you don't want to start a rookie the first game of the season if you don't have to. And you'd like them to be able to sit back and get acclimated to the game and see how it works and just not get rushed and pressured into playing too quickly. But when you do have the offensive line problems that they're having in Houston, now you need a guy that's a little bit more mobile that can make things happen with his legs because Tom Savage is more of a drop back pocket passer, and he really got beat up that first game. So it's unfortunate for Deshaun to have to play this quickly, but he's done pretty well so far since he's played, and sometimes you have to play a little bit quicker than what they had planned to do, but that's the way things change in the NFL. You got to make adjustments when some things don't go the way you planned them.
Now, Warren, we're going to close it out with I'm going to give you a little history about myself. I got on radio as a fantasy football analyst, and you, sir, were my first ever fantasy football quarterback in 1994, okay? So your first year in Minnesota I drafted you that year. You were my first ever fantasy football quarterback, okay?
Yes, sir. I'm very honored that you did that. I threw for a lot of yards that year.
Yeah, you did throw for a lot of yards. Now, that year, those guys told me, what are you doing drafting Warren Moon? I said, shut up, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And you did me right. Now, the next year, I stayed you again in 95. You tied your career high for touchdowns that year, 33 touchdowns you threw, and they were all crying that second year in Minnesota when I had you. They all wanted the shiny, shiny knew this and that. And I said, no, I'm sticking with my guy Warren. He got me 33 TDs this year. Now, last week on the show, we had on Michael Turner, former running back for the Atlanta Falcons, and he helped me win some fantasy championships back in the day. So right now I'm putting together kind of like my fantasy Hall of Fame team back-to-back weeks. I got a quarterback this week. I had a running back last week. So next week we got to try to find some receiver that I had back in the day. I'll put together a pretty good squad, right?
I think you got a pretty good squad you're putting together. I feel honored to be in another Hall of Fame. That's great. I'm in quite a few of them, but to be on your fantasy Hall of Fame, that's big time.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get some T-shirts put together, man. The J.D. Beckler Fantasy Football Hall of Fame, right? I'm not giving you gold jackets now. That's not my style. I'll get you like a nice, breathable T-shirt. It look good, casual. It's a casual thing. This isn't no gold jacket, okay?
Yeah, you more on the Walmart plan, right? As far as the clothing.
Listen, if you want to call up Ernest Givens for me, or Drew Hill maybe, those guys could be on the squad. Those were two of your boys back in the Oiler days.
Oh yeah, they did me very, very well, and you can't get to this stage in my career without having great players around you, and I played with some really good ones.
Now in real football, like coming up, I was Cleveland, born and bred, right? So Browns fan. I used to watch Clay Matthews chasing you around all over the field. Used to give him fits. So I remember those games. Clay Matthews tried to tackle Warren Moon, and it just wasn't happening, dude.
Nah.
Yeah, it was fun playing against Clay, and of course his brother Bruce was on my team. So those two, they went up against each other all the time as well, and that was fun to see.
Yes, sir.
Now, Warren, John was playing fantasy football in '94. I was 7 years old. He was on my Tecmo Bowl team. See, the Tecmo Bowl Hall of Fame. so John,
I was really good on Tecmo Bowl.
Yes, you were. I love that Tecmo Bowl, man.
You could throw it from end zone to end zone on that game, man. You go all the way end zone to end zone, bro.
I get people coming up to me all the time talking about Tecmo Bowl, and I didn't even know what they were talking about. I knew what the game was called, but I'd never played it before. I just knew that I was pretty good on it because people scored a lot of points with me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, playing with your Tecmo Bowl was great. You know, it's crazy how things have so much worn, how things have so much changed. I'm 7 years old, I was playing Tecmo Bowl. Now they got PS4s, and how they all look now. It's like just amazing to me now being 30, how stuff is when it was when I was 7 years old. Like, damn, it is now. So it's crazy, man. But Warren, I tell you what,
yes, it's called technology. It's called advancement.
You got that right. I'll tell you, Warren, you're always a great guest on the show. Our listeners love hearing you when you come on the show. We look forward to seeing you in Tennessee, man. Hopefully you all get off the plane. We can get it together. I'll be over there watching the Crimson Tide play Vanderbilt before you all probably land and arrive. Hopefully we'll see you before that night sometime. See you at the game on Sunday as well, man.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. All right.
All right, now, folks. That's Warren Moon here on the Bossman Show.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, a Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
Zaytoven.
Mike Wilmer.
We're back on the Bossman Show. Two great guests already, Shireen Williams and Warren Moon. Now we're going to give you our preview for Week 3, the top 3 games we're picking, and our, you know how on this show, John, we like top 3 with Tyndall, you know, the boss 3 interviews, you know, emails the third part of the show. So, yeah, 3 is our number here in the Bossman Show. So we're going to start off with a game of interest to the Atlanta audience that we have here. The Falcons, 2-0, travel to Detroit, also 2-0, to see about Matthew Stafford and his new running game with Amir Abdullah, and you got Theo Reddick out there as well with Golden Tate and those boys, Marvin Jones on the Jim Caldwell direction, the Falcons on the Matt Ryan's direction. You got this guy right here with Devontae Freeman, fresh off a new contract, running the ball well. Tevin Coleman. Julio Jones haven't got going yet, and the Falcons are 2-0. Austin Hooper, Levine Tololo, Muhammad Sanu, Taylor Gabriel, and those guys doing their things. But the Falcons on defense got Desmond Trufant back playing good ball, but lose Vic Beasley for a month through a hamstring tear, John, and trying to get out to Matthew Stafford, you need rushers. You need pass rushers. So I'm worried about the Falcons in that regard, John, for rushing the passer with Vic Beasley been out. So, John, looking at the 2-0 matchup, seeing them on Monday Night Football last night, Sunday Night Football, how the Falcons beat the Green Bay Packers, who are you leaning this game Sunday at the new Ford Field, not the Pontiac Silverdome, but Ford Field in Detroit?
I like the Falcons in this game on the road, but I think it's going to be a hotly contested game. It's pretty much a litmus test, right, for the Lions. I mean, they come out 2-0. They look pretty good so far. Matt Stafford's been hooking me up from a fantasy perspective, JR. So we'll see how they match up with the Falcons, who've got a lot more weapons than what they've seen to date. To me, it's a litmus test game for the Lions. So we'll see who they really are after they play this game. Now the Falcons going on the road, as you said, they're 2-0, and they haven't really had Julio Jones, get off yet at all. So once he gets into the mix a little bit on offense, that kind of is going to really spread things open for those running backs and everybody else, that Matt Ryan has at his disposal. So I like the Falcons in this game, but we'll see what the Lions are made of, I guess, is kind of what I'm looking at when I watch this game.
And we move to the Bengals, who are 0-2 after 1-1 Packers were just all in Atlanta, open up Mercedes-Benz Stadium and get the butts handed to him pretty good, but Rodgers was about 2 of his tackles there. The Bengals, John, down the road from you at Paul Brown Stadium are now offensively anemic. This is one of the teams that Warren talked about, can't get nothing going. A.J. Green can't get the ball. The offense is very basic. Kenzan Pease was fired. Now Bill Lazor's in to lead the offense now. You got offensive, defensive players. One, Colin Kaepernick, to be signed by the Bengals, and Dalton benched altogether. Excuse me. And then the Packers without their 2 tackles. Aaron Rodgers was pretty much running for his life against the Falcons. You got a home game at Lambeau Field. The Falcons game kind of stinging. The Packers really bad. I mean, the Packers were upset after the game on Sunday night. So if you ask me, John, looking at this game, the Bengals are the more desperate team. But the Packers, to me, are more cohesive and more talented without drama, and the clock on Marvin Lewis is going to be ticking. I'm saying that the Packers will win this game at Lambeau Field, and the Bengals go to 0-3, and the heat on Marvin Lewis will even turn up even more, and Dalton turn up even more, where you may see A.J. McCarron and or maybe, as the defense wants, Colin Kaepernick brought in Cincinnati.
Yeah, 2 things in this game. The Bengals really look like they've run face first into a brick wall this season, so there's some issues there. I think Marvin Lewis, I've been saying this for a few years now. I never thought that he was going to be, I don't know if you go back this far, JR, but Marty Schottenheimer was the Browns coach back in the day. Marty Schottenheimer was great. He'd get you to the playoffs, but you just never could really get over the hump, And then that's kind of what Marvin Lewis is running into. Like, he's had some great teams there, some great talent there. He's got into the playoffs, and then they fall flat. And now, he's got his quarterback that had been playing fairly well for the past few seasons is on the bench. You've got players calling for the signing of Colin Kaepernick. No matter where you come out on that whole scenario off the field, on the field, you would think that he would probably be able to produce something better than Dalton or McCarron. I don't know. Remains to be seen. Honestly, at this point, I hope somebody just signs the guy so we can stop hearing about it. That's basically where I'm at. Sign him so we could stop talking about it, at least off the field, and talk about what he's doing on the field. But he would be, I think, why not? At this point, it's early enough in the season. You can bring him in there. You don't have anything to lose. Once you go 0-3, which they're facing this week, JR, with the Packers, in Lambeau, your season's kind of cooked at that point. I mean, not from a pack it in standpoint, you don't have anything to play for, but at 0-3, it surely is an uphill climb to make a deep run into the playoffs, especially when you don't have a quarterback position settled. So, this is going to be a tough game for the Bengals. I like the Packers in this ball game, as you indicated. They're just a more cohesive unit. They're at home, and I'm looking at the Pack going 2-1, and the Bengals looking at the big Skadooch again.
At 0-3, at what point does Marvin Lewis pack his bags up?
I don't know, man. Like he's one of those guys. Like, it's hard to, from a front office standpoint, like, you're having success. Okay, the team is winning, you're getting into the playoffs, but that there's more out there for them. Maybe they're just, there's that extra gear that they're not getting into, and have been some situations as far as coaching mistakes that have been made by Marvin Lewis in big games that have prevented them from winning and taking the next step. There's also been some black marks on his record as far as, some of the things that have gone on with, I believe it was the Bengals and the Ravens that had, some issues, as far as on the field fights and things like that over the course of the past few years. And, just those types of things add up to the front office. So the bad starts to outweigh the good. And I think that's kind of where he's at right now. So I think he probably, gets the season if they can win a few here in the first, 6 to 8 games of the season and kind of maybe be in a 3-5, a 4-4 area. He probably gets the season, but I doubt they keep him around after this year.
You got that right. And final game on the NFL weekly preview is this. The 2-0 Oakland Raiders, the hype Raiders with Marshawn Lynch demoralizing the Jets by dancing on the Jumbotron at the Oakland Alameda County Stadium, baseball stadium, with the dirt still down. Marshawn doing his thing against some Jets. The 1-1 Redskins go out and beat the LA Rams 27-20 in the final moments of the game. Kirk Cousins, who may be a Ram next year after he's going for agents from leaves Washington. The Redskins, to me, be a Rams team who's up and coming, who's guys who are just trying to learn how to play football, a new head coach. So that's when they get that win. Lost to the Philadelphia Eagles, trying to kind of get Terrell Pryor cooking and going. They got new receivers there. So, just so you got that going on there with Washington. Defense a little bit banged up as well. Oakland Raiders, we still hitting all cylinders right now with Marshawn Lynch. You got Amari Cooper, Crabtree. You got those weapons, Seth Roberts, with Derek Carr's back looking healthy out there. John, Sunday night football game. The silver and black go to D.C. I'm thinking once again, Marshawn Lynch going to go hyphy on the Redskins, send them jokers to 1-2 once more. Oakland go 3-0. We're going to have a division in the AFC West where KC, Denver, and the Raiders make the playoffs, and everybody else is fighting for scraps in the AFC to challenge Pittsburgh, and you challenge the Patriots in the AFC South. To me, Tennessee or Houston will lead that division, but I think the Raiders got some things brewing out there, John. They'll win Sunday night at FedEx Field.
Marshawn Lynch, man. That's my dude. I love watching Marshawn Lynch play.
Beast
Oh, my
mode.
God, dude. He plays the game. He has so much fun. You watch him play, and you're like, dude, it's fun. Like, it's fun to watch him play in a game. I don't care who he's playing for. I don't care who they're playing against. It's just fun to watch the dude play. Some people might say he's got attitude this or shouldn't be doing this or whatever whatever the criticism you want to throw out there is, but the dude is having fun and he backs it up. He's not a guy that's running his mouth and then going out there and having 5 carries for -3 yards or something like that. You put the ball in his hands and he produces, and that's the kind of guy that the Raiders need, and that's why they brought him in. He's a veteran. He's got a lot of games under his belt. He knows how to wear a defense down, especially down that fourth quarter, man. You start getting the beast mode running downhill at you as a defense. I mean, you're going to start to wear down quicker, and that's how you put games away, and that's how you win in the NFL. So the Raiders go to 3-0. I think, JR, I agree with you. I think the Redskins come out of this game 1-2, even though it's going to be a home game for them. I think it's going to be a home loss for them on Sunday night. And I enjoy watching the Raiders play, and I think they're going to be one of those teams. If they can stay healthy this year, JR, they're going to take that next step. They're going to be a playoff team, and they have enough talent to make some noise and kind of make that jump from a up-and-coming team to a team that's there and maybe can surprise a little bit in the playoffs. And who knows? Once you get in there, who knows what happens, right?
You got that right. So, folks, that's NFL Week 3 preview here in the Bossman Show. Up next is the Boss Report after the break.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
Bless.
What's in that bag, boy?
Folks, back on the Bossman Show. Great show so far. Shireen Williams, ProFootballTalk.com. Hall of Famer Warren Moon on the Bossman Show and NFL Preview with John after Week 3. John, it's been a great show so far. Are you ready for this week's Boss Report, man?
Yeah, dude, I'm always ready for the Boss Report. I'm stoked, though. I got a Hall of Fame quarterback added to the J.D. Beckler Fantasy Football Hall of Fame tonight. I got a running back, Michael Turner. I got my quarterback, Warren Moon. But we're going to start to fill out, I think, JR. By the end of the season, we'll have a couple receivers, get a tight end in there. Maybe we can get Jason Witten on at some point. I have had a lot of success with Jay Witt over the years. But maybe we'll add him into the mix,
Well, the Cowboys do play the Falcons, so maybe we could make that make sense and make that work there, There we go. Well, folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. First story, John, is this. Oklahoma man arrested after deciding to smoke crack on Instagram Live. He gets his face burned while trying to set a drug van on fire and also light up his Johnson.
I was with you until that last part. Why was he trying to light up his Johnson?
Because it was hot for the women.
Oh my, little pyrotechnics? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Lord, okay. I guess, I was with you until you hit me with light up his Johnson. What? Oh, man. I guess, dude, people are going to have to learn, the social media age is moving at the speed of light, right? New things are coming up every day, new trends are coming up every day, and the way people use social media, just stop doing any kind of illicit activity on your live streams or posting it on your social media. Just leave it out. It is not end well for you if you're engaging in that type of activity, correct?
You got that right. And deputies find 54 Xanax pills in Florida man's anus at Hurricane Irma shelter after he took him out his anus trying to sell them to other shelter victims.
I don't even know where to start with that, dude. You said ecstasy tabs, right?
Yes, What am I
guess. I don't know. I've never been in a natural disaster like that, so I can't really say what you're looking to do at that point in your life, but I'm pretty sure that taking some anus ecstasy is not one of the things that you're, up for at that point, you're just trying to, rebuild your life, right?
Exactly.
Man. I guess, well, and that's the other thing, he was trying to sell them, he should have been passing them out, let's have a party up in this mother.
Exactly. My man is straight tripping. Seriously tripping. Come on, man. Also, Utah man suspended license on the loose traffic accident on a lawn.
Dude, I don't know. Like, when you say lawnmower to me, I think of like small tractor that you small riding lawnmower that you drive around your suburban property, right?
Yes, but he fleet on actual push one.
Was he using it like a scooter?
Yeah.
He turned it around. He was using it like a razor or something?
Yes, he was. He used one of the classic old school push ones with gas in it. He used that to wait.
Oh my god, dude. I don't even know. The visual is stunning. Stunning on that one. I guess, like, you gotta go with what you got, right?
Yes, you do. When you're trying to flee, use whatever you can to get away.
Asses and elbows, baby. It doesn't matter how you make it happen.
Exactly. And here we go. Florida man booted from neighborhood by homeowner association after carving a giant wooden mailbox the shape of a Johnson that he complains to be his for his mailbox.
So he carved a giant Johnson for his mailbox and is saying that it is in his own likeness?
Yes.
Did it say by chance what the size of this carving was?
There's a giant wooden mailbox. So.
Was he trying to say he's got like a 3-foot schlong or something?
I think he was. Only
that's crazy.
And these are people post-hurricane stories, which is like, seriously? You do something with hurricane, I mean? But,
yes, right, exactly.
So look at here, we got this. We got Washington man arrested after using baby wipes with feces on them to mark his favorite fishing spots along the pier and to let women know where to meet him for drinks at.
That's freaking disgusting. That is freaking disgusting. Like, he's just used baby wipes with poo on them, right? That's what you're telling me?
Yes.
Why? Why are you telling women that, like, that's how to identify where I'll be at? Like, just walk around the pier, smelling for the poo, and that's where I'll be at? That's what you're telling them?
Yes, pretty much, unfortunately.
No, it's disgusting, dude. This dude is... I don't know, man. Like, I don't even think that... I don't even think that's something that Chinaman would do, you know? I mean, he's reckless. We know how reckless Chinaman is. Like, I don't think
that's over the top right there, like, for real. The next story is very, very layered. So follow me here closely. Vermont man arrested after stealing ex-wife's new husband's identity after he had him set up by a prostitute to cut off new husband's junk after he stole his ex-wife from the new husband.
This is some serious, like, Jerry Springer stuff right here, bro.
Yes.
Like, I don't even know. Okay, let's take this. Let's dive a little deeper here, JR. Okay, the first part. Repeat the first part.
Vermont man arrested after stealing ex-wife's new husband's identity.
Okay, so he has been arrested for identity theft. He has stole the identity of his ex-wife's new husband. Okay, so now let's go on to that. He's stolen the identity of new husband. Okay.
Yes. After the new husband had him set up by a prostitute to cut off his junk.
So the new husband, whose identity the old husband had stolen, set up the old husband with a prostitute who was supposed to cut off the old husband's junk.
Yes. And
so
he escaped the junk cutting. He stole the ex-wife, the old new husband's ex-wife from the old husband. Where the new husband was ex-wife was stolen by the old husband.
Okay, so old husband escaped the junk cutting prostitute setup, right?
Yes.
And then after that, he went and stole the new husband's ex-wife.
Yes.
So basically, what happened here is these two dudes wife swaps, right?
Pretty much.
And in between, one of them had to try to have the other dude's junk cut off by a prostitute.
Yes, and those stole his identity.
And the other one stole the other one's identity. So basically, that's in a nutshell, folks. That is what happened. We had these dudes, instead of all they had to do was wife swap. That's it. They just had to hook up one day and say, "Listen, I'm gonna trade you wives," and that was that. Instead, they had to try to cut junk off and steal identities and all kinds of other stuff. They should have just, hooked up at the bar one day and said, "Listen, let's trade wives." Okay, cool, and that would have been that.
Exactly. All that nothing.
Man, dude, that might have been the most convoluted Boss Report story we ever had, right there, bro.
Yes, it was very convoluted. Very convoluted.
We made our way through it, though. We did it. We survived.
Exactly. How about this? Minnesota man is arrested after attempting to run over a relative while carrying a pistol filled with panties and used condoms after seeing him leave girlfriend's house at 7 a.m.
Okay, so you're saying that he was carrying a pistol?
Yes.
And the pistol was filled with panties and used condoms?
Yes.
Like where? Like in the chamber? Like what? Like in the barrel? Like where did you fit these at? He stuffed them, like take the clip out and then like stuff them in there? Or like what?
I have no idea.
I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. You gotta do something up there.
That's different, right? That's totally different.
We're gonna have to investigate the state of Minnesota a little bit more deeply, JR. I feel like there's some stuff going on up there that we need to know about. Okay, so let's make a note of that.
Yeah, we do that. That's off the wall.
Well, and now that wintertime's coming, there'll be some crazy stories coming out of Minnesota because people will be snowed in and stuff. So we definitely have to keep our eye on Minnesota. Let's get that on the radar for the Boss Report.
And the Super Bowl's coming to Minnesota too. So
oh, Jesus. There's always some stuff going on in the Super Bowl, bro.
Exactly. We got the happy scammer, Nigerian finance Vanessa, sentenced to 4 years in prison after a $3.7 million rip-off
Old CDs and TVs?
Yes.
What the hell are you doing with old CDs?
Exactly.
Dude, I'm not even kidding you. I couldn't even tell you the last time I touched a CD, whether it be for the computer, for music, for anything. Seriously, I don't even know. I don't get that one either, but hey, listen, he's headed to the big house, right?
Yes, in Nigeria. Nigerian prison is probably very hot.
I would suspect I would suspect that's not the only thing that Nigerian prison is. I'm sure there's some other stuff going on there that we don't really want to know about.
He said, quote, just send me across the water so I can enjoy life behind bars with my winnings and treasure. Take it.
My winnings and treasure. Your CDs? Like what? Like I don't even know, dude. I don't know. What do you got?
Terrible take.
15? Yeah, you got like 15 trial versions of Microsoft Office that you got? What, I don't get it. What do you got?
Exactly. Terrible take by my man in Nigeria. This is the first story out of Nigeria, right?
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, we've had some Nigerian, Nigeria man stories that originated in the U.S. Like they were residents of the U.S., but they were just like Nigerian by nationality, but nothing is ever that originated from the country of Nigeria that I remember.
Exactly. Don't stress the shelter. Florida pastor is beaten down and has his father snatched out after trying to elicit offerings from victims after funeral service on Sunday.
Wait, was he at? He was at a shelter, right?
Yes, they trying to ask one off.
Stupid, man. Like, what are you what are you doing? Honestly, come on, man. That's just. What are you gonna do? Take the offering and then turn around and give it back to everybody at the place that needs it? Like, I don't get that. Like, what are you? Like, what are these people? They have nothing. They're there because they have nothing. All their stuff has been, destroyed, and you're asking them for donations to what? To give it to who?
Exactly.
Who are they gonna give it to?
What are we doing?
To give it to the people in Houston, or like what? Like, you trading money with Houston victims and sending their money to Florida victims? I don't get it, dude. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, bro, but they're you deserve that beatdown. I guess is where I'm going with this. You deserve.
Well, get this. There was no arrest made after the meeting.
Yeah, nor should there be. That's called you got what you deserved right there.
Exactly. Well, baby, oh baby. Antonio Cromartie, his wife Terica, births his 14th seed after the third one after a vasectomy.
Okay, wait a minute. He's had a vasectomy and he's had 3 kids after the vasectomy?
Yes.
Jesus, like that must be the most potent ejaculate in the history of mankind, correct?
Yes.
Like my man must be pumping it out like a fire hose or something, dude. Like what? If you had a vasectomy and you have a kid after it, that would be something. 3? Jesus. Like, you need to get your money back, bro.
Exactly.
Clearly they didn't do the job right.
And you have your 14th seed. My man has a full NBA roster.
Yeah, like, you know what? I don't have any issue with that at all. Okay, like I know that's a lot of kids. I understand that, but from what I can tell, like that's his family. Like they're all like part of his life. He takes care of them all. That's what he wants. Like he and his wife, that's what they want. They're a big family, right?
Exactly.
So I don't have any. There's no issue with me. You have as many kids as you want within a nuclear family. That means I would take issue with somebody having 14 kids, like Sean Kemp, right? Sean Kemp was up to like 17, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
But
Travis Henry had 9 kids.
Right, and then the majority of those, as far as I understand it, were illegitimate, that they weren't necessarily taken care of, they weren't, claiming as their own, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a different story now. As far as I know, my man they're all his kids. He takes care of them all. That's his family, right?
Yep.
Okay, so roll on with your bad self, bro. Now, I would definitely try to get my money back from that vasectomy surgery, though, because something didn't go right. Something didn't go right there, bro.
Exactly. It should not go right. And get this. Naked Florida man arrested after stealing purse, hitting a woman with a car in the Walmart parking lot due to, quote, lack of funds to get stuff after the hurricane.
I don't know, bro. That seems a little excessive. Like, snatch the purse, but you got to run her over too. Like, how does that help your situation? I get it. Maybe you're hard up for money, and I can't say that you should be stealing purses, but I can at least kind of roll with you a little bit on it until you run over with her car. I mean, that seems a little extra. That seems like a little extra to me.
Hurricane stories tonight. Like, this is a lot of stuff going on for shelters, man. A lot of stuff going on here. Watch this. Texas cops charged dad and daughter in pot brownie scheme in Hurricane Harvey shelter.
So, did they say what the scheme was?
Selling chocolate brownies, but they were pot brownies.
But then they weren't telling the people that they were pot brownies?
No.
Yeah, see, that's an issue. You don't want to be just selling people, weed-laced brownies and at least not telling them like what they did. That's rough. That's rough. I mean, listen, it's got to be. It's really difficult to deal with a situation like that. I'm sure. Obviously, I've never been in a situation like that, but when you get all those people under one roof in some of these shelters, then they're having to kind of coexist with people that you don't know. You don't have any possessions. Everybody's kind of out of whack, out of their daily routine, and I'm sure that makes for some whacked out situations. Then you got people rolling in there selling pot brownies, not telling everybody. I mean, the other dude had a butt pack full of ecstasy pills he was trying to sell. Like, dude, I don't even know, man. Like, it takes all kinds, JR. That's all I can say.
And get this. Enraged Florida cop tries to taunt man to hit him. Instead get stone cold stunned by two bystanders onto the pavement and then pinned for the 1, 2, 3 on Florida Turnpike.
So the cop was trying to say, like, come on, hit me, so he could do something to the guy.
Yes.
And then two other people came in and just like dropped him.
Yeah, got out of the car, stone cold stunned, and then pinned him for the 1, 2, 3 and drove off.
Oh, dude, I don't even know, man. Florida man just doesn't play. The best part is they did it, and then they pinned him. Like, the other dude, the one dude had to be on top of them. Then his buddy actually did the 1, 2, 3, and then they got in the car and just rolled off, right?
Exactly.
Like, that's the kicker right there. Like, you just can have this visual in your head of them rolling down the street, just laughing about this. Like, the rest of their lives, they'll be laughing about that. I hope the dude didn't get hurt. Okay, I will say that. I don't want him to be seriously injured, but sometimes you get what you get, bro.
You tell him the guy to hit you, you get hit with a stun. You got hit with two stunners.
You got hit. You want to get hit? You got hit.
Oh my goodness, here we go. Texas man is arrested after being caught on camera hiding in the store he robbed after he invited a chick inside for a smash session behind the counter after hours.
So he robbed a store. He was still in the store that he had robbed, and he invited some chick in to have a smash session in that store.
Yes.
And that's how he got busted.
Yes.
That's just stupid, bro. Like, you should have been out. Take what you take to get out. Go hook up at the Motel 6 or something, bro. I don't even know what to tell you, but you don't want to stick around the scene of the crime, man. Like, what were you gonna say? Like, I have to work here. I'm the manager of this joint. That's where I got all this money. I'm about to make the nightly deposit. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, I'm gonna make a deposit with this chick. Then I'm gonna make a deposit at the bank later. Like, what are you gonna try to say when they show up?
Oh my God, just so terrible. We're at the two-story warning. Here we go. South Carolina man is arrested after sitting on gun inside his car and wanted his Johnson to bleep off.
Oh, dude, that's about the worst thing that could happen to you, other than shooting yourself and dying. That's the worst thing that you can shoot, right?
Yes.
If you're having a gun accident with yourself, like, that's the worst thing that can happen. Shooting yourself in the foot, yeah, that sucks. Shooting off your junk, yeah, that's gonna qualify as a bad day right there, I'd say.
Very bad day. Very bad day. The final story is this. Florida man arrested after stripping naked at the Miami International Airport, walking around on the concourse, peddling looted hurricane damaged merchandise for 50% off.
He was selling stuff that he looted for 50% off.
Yes.
While butt naked.
Yes.
At the airport.
Yes.
That's pretty much standard issue for Florida man, as far as I'm concerned. Like, dude. Listen, I gotta say though, of all the fun we had with Florida man, we do wish them all the best in recovering from the hurricane and all that type of stuff. We have a lot of fun with Florida man, but we really do care about Florida man. Like, we have a lot of fun at their expense, JR, but deep down we care about Florida man, right?
Yes, I'm Florida man or myself.
Right, and there's a lot of people in a lot of trouble down there. We have a good time with them, but we really do wish them the best, getting back right down there.
Yes, indeed. This has been the report this week. What is your time report? Your story will stick with you the most as we go forward this week.
I'm gonna say it right there at the end, bro. Like, it makes me feel good to know that Florida man, despite all the hurricane troubles that hit that area, Florida man is still doing his thing. He's still doing his thing. He's still butt naked. He's still up in the airport selling looted goods for 50% off, and that makes me feel good. You can't break Florida man's spirit, right?
You can't, and just think, the hurricane's gonna make you 20 times.
Exactly. Can you imagine the stories we're gonna get post-hurricane for Florida man? Like, dude.
The chaos down there right now. He loves chaos.
Well, and you know that Florida man's picked up a gator or two, like, as a pet, just, rolling around town. There's got to be some Florida man stories with gators. People return back to their homes to find the Florida man has taken over their home, just stuff like that. It's going to be great.
Or when you're trying to rebuild, they still in the equipment, or still in the cranes, the forklifts. It's going to be madness, I can guarantee you.
Well, just oh yeah, wait till the Future Benefit concert goes off down there, dude.
Oh, yes.
I mean, that's going to be off the hook right there.
I bet you every shelter is making 20% of Future. Every shelter.
You know that's right, dude. That's for sure. Definitely the one with all the
state songs. It should be like the state songs. It's like the state song for any Future song.
Definitely the one about the ecstasy, sales going on down there. That one's definitely got some Future pumping in it.
Exactly. Oh my God, Florida, we love you. I love you, dear Florida. You always got a soft spot in my heart. Well, folks, enjoy today's show. Email us on shows itself, website, myself. Make it this week. We are out.
And if you don't know, now you know.
All your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Fantasy football season is fast approaching, and if you're looking for an edge this season, you need to contact the guys at Draft Day Consultants. The concept is a simple one. Draft Day Consultants takes your requests and connects you with one of their trusted analysts, who then guide you through your draft. Whether you just need a sounding board on decisions, or if you need them to conduct your entire draft, Draft Day Consultants has you covered. Every one of their consultants has a proven track record of success, and have conducted hundreds, even thousands of mock drafts. Thanks to this year-round research and analysis, the guys at DDC have an unmatched understanding of player values. So gain an edge on your league mates this season by hitting up draftdayconsultants.com. That's www.draftdayconsultants.com. Now get after it, fantasy footballers.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.